Hi everybody, and welcome back to another episode. In this story, I'm gonna talk about a girl that lived with her father for a cool minute, and her mom that died ever since she was 11 years old, and ever since she and her dad decided to live in the deep forest. Her dad used to be a man of rituals, a man driven by curiosity, eager to know more and more about the other world, exposing himself and his daughter to danger. So let's together discover what will unfold in this terrifying story. Quickly before I begin, make sure to smash the thumbs up button to let me know that you're here and excited to listen to the whole story. I promise you it's filled with lots of details that will get you into asking yourself questions upon questions. 1, 2, 3, action. In the heart of the ancient forest, where moonlight dared not tread, there lived a 24-year-old girl named Elara with her father. She was not an ordinary girl. Her eyes held the glimmer of distant realms, and her footsteps left imprints on the veil between worlds. Elara was beautiful, with hair like midnight and skin like alabaster, but her beauty was more than skin deep. It reflected her otherworldly origins. Then when it came to Elara's father, his name was Ezekiel. Ezekiel was 49 years old. He was a man of gnarled hands and ancient wisdom, a man of science and discovery of what's hidden in the depth of the forests, as they used to live in the forest for a long time after his wife died when his daughter was 11 years old, and ever since, that was his passion. He used to always talk to his daughter and tell her about whisper tales of the whispering pines that are hidden in the forest, about trees that bridge dimensions. The roots were known for sinking into forgotten realms. Elara grew curious, and one day, she begged her dad for more and more knowledge, for rituals that she can use this time and not some stories that are just being told to her. Literally, her curiosity was burning like a hidden ember. Her father kept warning her of doors that should remain closed, as the whispering pines guard secrets, the kind that can unravel souls. Elara was absolutely relentless. She didn't care. And one day, she followed Ezekiel, her father, through moonlit glades, with footsteps leaving no trace. And while she was looking from afar, she had found her dad in the middle of a circle, speaking with someone. Elara grew more curious and stubborn to know what is going on, and as she went nearer to her dad, yet still hiding so he cannot see her, then all of a sudden, the forest murmured to her, and for the first time, she heard a voice telling her, "Turn back, heed the warnings, beware the path." Elara grew pale, but pushed on, and her heart was echoing with ancestral longing. She couldn't resist, and she kept following that voice. And on one fateful night, they reached the heart of the forest as they were on a trip to more and more discovery. But this time, her dad decided to actually take her with him, to witness the veil of the shadows as it shimmered, revealing glimpses of other worlds. Elara's breath caught, the air thickening, reality bending. She glimpsed the chamber of silent echoes, mirrors reflecting choices, path taken or abandoned. She saw herself the day her mother had vanished. She had chosen solitude, believing it was strength. Now she understood. The heart's true strength lay in vulnerability and risking everything for love. And as she was gazing into all of this, all of a sudden, she found herself in an empty space with a figure in front of her face. A man of shadows, eyes like burning coals, with a long leather coat covering all of his body. And as she was standing there facing that entity, the entity was standing firm, looking at her as he offered her eternity, a love that transcended time. But the price was steep. Her soul, her memories, her very essence. Elara hesitated. She thought of her mother, the way she had disappeared, leaving Elara with empty hands and a broken heart, and also thought of her boring life with her father and how weird he was sometimes. She also thought of herself, of the hollow ache where her heart used to be. She kept thinking and thinking of everything that happened ever since her first breath she took until what led her into this very moment. Then all of a sudden, she grew numb from the inside. She tasted a glimpse of how would it feel, running away from all the pain. And so, she made her pact with the devil, wanting to discover more and more about the feeling, about what is exactly going on. She retrieved her mother's heart, the heart that bit as one, but she would rewrite their memories, the pain, the longing, the regret. She would free her mother, even if it meant losing herself. The devil nodded, and Elara stepped into the heart of the veil. There, she found the silver locket, the pulse of our heart, the echo of our love. She opened it, and within lay a beating ember, a fragment of eternity. Her mother appeared, her eyes wide with wonder. She touched Elara's face, the warmth of 1,000 suns. "Elara," she whispered, "you have rewritten our story." Elara kissed her. A promise fulfilled, the veil trembled, and the forest held its breath. Her mother's heart merged with hers, their love rewriting the devil's pact. And as Elara and her mother walked hand in hand, the veil shimmered behind them, the boundary between the worlds. The whispering oaks watched, their ancient branches swaying like old men whispering secrets. Then all of a sudden, her mother disappeared again. And as the days passed, Elara found herself on her bed one day, half sleeping, half awake, feeling the shift of her energy. And so she sank deeper into that feeling, sensing that it would bring her answers. And while all of this was happening, she found herself awake right next to a hole that came from the back of a hill in the middle of the forest. So as weird as how that sounds, she found a name written on top of that passage, or the black hole. It was called, "Welcome to Sephara." Sephara? What is Sephara? It's a very, very weird name. So she immediately sensed that she is in another world. And that made her grow more and more curious. Elara found herself looming the whole place, wanting to discover more about Sephara. Its streets were paved with stardust, its buildings soaring like crystalline spires. The air smelled of jasmine and memories. The people moved with grace as their eyes reflecting galaxies, their laughter like distant chimes. Elara sought answers. Why had her mother vanished? What curse had befallen her? And as she was walking, a lady called her name from behind. She was an old librarian, an ancient woman, her skin etched with constellations, so she guided Elara to a dusty tome. The Chronicles of Lost Souls. Its pages whispered the stories of dreamwalkers, forbidden rituals, and the price of eternity. Then the librarian asked her to read. "Find your mother's name," she said. Elara discovered the ritual, the dance of moonlight and blood. She whispered incantations, her veins humming with power. The mirror in her bedroom rippled, the gateway to Sephara. She stepped through, the air thickening, reality bending. The mirror revealed a chamber of silent echoes once more. Her mother's reflection trembled. The day she had vanished, Elara vowed to rewrite their memories, to free her mother from the curse. Then the wind spoke, the same wind that had urged her to tell the villagers. "Beware," it said. "The bridge you build may unravel both worlds." Elara hesitated a little bit. She thought of Lucian, her dead ex, the echo of their shared past. Would he follow her into Sephara as well? Could they bridge their two worlds? And as she was merged deep into these thoughts, Elara found herself inviting the villagers that used to live near her, the same skeptics who had scoffed at her father and her tales ever since. They gathered at the bridge, the silver river reflecting their doubts and desires. "Look," Elara urged, "look at Sephara. the city of whispers. So the villagers peered into the mirror. Did they glimpse the crystalline spires, the stardust streets, or did they see only moonlight and shadows? To be continued. And that was it for episode 1, guys. If you guys enjoyed it, feel free to smash that thumbs up button and leave all your suggestions down below in the comment section. And stay tuned for episode 2. Until then, see you again.